What's good, everybody? It is your boy Tony the Savant back again, and just want to do a minute to plug the platforms if you all don't mind. We right here at the house, YouTube. If you don't mind, like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content. Also, the Instagram page Tony the Savant. If you don't mind swinging by, giving me a follow. We're doing lives, dropping exclusive content there as well. Twitter, X, whatever you more comfortable with. Dropping content over there as we are in the spaces. Shout out to my boy Wild Card Mar. Um, having fun with the new Twitter spaces. Wasn't aware of it until my boy Wild Card told me about it. So definitely jumped onto the Twitter, and we are doing good things over there as far as that goes. And also the headquarters, the Facebook page, Tony the Thee Savant. Got the Facebook show One of One. And we're just getting busy, man, getting busy and staying busy. So thank y'all for the love and support. Let's get right into this topic. Why don't we? As we are discussing Kirk Cousins' monumental $180 million contract with the Atlanta Falcons. Now, I just want to get this out the way. My $1 million question is, what are these NFL teams? What do these NFL teams know about Kirk Cousins that we don't know as fans? Okay, Kirk Cousins must got some dirty secrets on some of these NFL organizations or something, because this dude he's making some money in the NFL. He's pretty much uh, then hit the NFL for a ransom. Considering that he was like a fourth round pick, um, and I wouldn't say Kirk Cousins has underperformed considering where he was drafted and all of the circumstances that worked against him, having to compete with a prodigal talent like RG3, when he first got to Washington, and then coming over to Minnesota and essentially being the man and being expected to carry that team. I just was the formidable guy at that time, and possibly bring the purple Minnesota Vikings. Couldn't think of the team name for a second. I almost said the Lakers, not for nothing, but nonetheless, the Minnesota Vikings back to their glory days. Although I would suggest that Kirk Cousins' stint, excuse me, sorry guys, Kirk Cousins' stint in Minnesota was not exactly a failure per se. It definitely didn't lead to a championship. So, Kirk Cousins is in that space for me personally where I like him as a quarterback. I think he's very talented. I don't think he's trash by any means. But he does not seem to be a guy that can get the job done. I will put him in that same class as Eli Manning. Not as far as just a bum. I never thought Eli Manning was trash. To that extent. I always thought Eli Manning was the perfect game manager, and then he would elevate his game when it mattered most. And that's the kind of vibe I get from Kirk Cousins. Unfortunately, Kirk was injured last season, so we didn't really get to see him and the Minnesota Vikings go out with a bang, if you will. But nonetheless, I just feel like Kirk Cousins at the right times tends to elevate his game when needed. And so maybe that is what the NFL organizations see and admire in Kirk Cousins, because we often see a lot of times, a lot of these guys in the NFL, especially at that quarterback position, you're seeing these guys get paid monster contracts, and then they're not actually putting up the monster numbers or having monster games. I mean, maybe outside of Patrick Mahomes, the rest of these other guys are putting up numbers but not getting the job done. You're either getting guys that's putting up numbers right now. You got Patrick Mahomes, you got guys putting up numbers, and then you got guys that's trash. So those are the three classifications of quarterbacks right now. So, of course, like I said, Kirk is in that weird space of a guy that can get his numbers, a guy that can elevate his game. But I'm wanting to see him actually get some hardware on his resume, if you will. All right, it's time for Kirk Cousins to bring home the gold. Now, Kirk is 35 years old. He'll be turning 36 in August. But he's surrounded by weapons. All right, and if Kirk has anything left in the tank, which is my $1 million question, my second $1 million question anyway, how much is left in Kirk Cousins' talent tank, if you will? If he has anything left in that tank, I'm expecting him to bring this team into Super Bowl contention. Primarily because he has the weapons around him between the kid Kyle Pitts, the running backs. Just looking at this kid, Bijan Robinson. We got that cat Algieri. Got weapons all over the field. I'm sorry, Drake London. Even I don't know if they're going to keep Desmond Ridder, but if they do, they should find a way to have that kid come in and play limited time, but for primarily being a Russian quarterback. Because Desmond Ridder, he wasn't exactly jumping off the page last season as far as the thrower goes. He was a phenomenal running quarterback, so don't let that go to waste. Don't let that spark that he could provide for the offense go to waste. But ultimately, I'm putting the weight of the shoulders. I'm putting the whole city of Atlanta on Kirk Cousins because you're getting paid like you're a Super Bowl contender. You're getting treated like and courted like you're a Super Bowl contender. And also, I've seen, again, this is all, just adds up. I've seen Kirk Cousins elevate his game. I need to see Kirk Cousins elevate his game again, but to the extent where it brings home a Super Bowl championship for the Atlanta Falcons. Because after this contract, I doubt, Kirk Cousins will ever even be heard of again unless he becomes some kind of ESPN or NFL analysis. Kirk Cousins just isn't. I don't know what life after football. He seemed like that. He seemed like the kind of guy that would go, just be content with just being around his family, all that kind of stuff, as far as life after football. But, if he doesn't win a championship, I personally don't want to even hear Kirk Cousins talk about football, okay? I mean, because you didn't got the money, bro. You didn't have the talent surrounding you. Everything, when it comes to putting this picture together, everything has been put in place for Kirk Cousins to be a Super Bowl quarterback. No excuses. Especially, I've always been of the opinion. Excuse me. We've seen Patrick Mahomes in the last 5-6 years come in and take the NFL by storm. And by any means, Patrick Mahomes, as talented as he is, there's arguably guys around the league that's better than him as a quarterback. There's cases out there as far as pure quarterback goes. Again, Patrick Mahomes is a very talented, very unorthodox kind of player. So his technique and his style works for him. And it works in a way where it translates to wins and championships. But, I mean, you're talking about just a pure passer, I'm sure there's people out there that would take Joe Burrow, or if you're talking about a more athletic guy, I'm sure there's people out there that would take Lamar Jackson. And if you want a little bit more of a hybrid between those two styles, I'm sure you would look at Buffalo's quarterback, Josh Allen. You know what I mean? So this is all these other options, all these other guys that you can nitpick. And all these other guys that I would say are in the same kind of category as Kirk Cousins. The only thing about those guys and Kirk Cousins is that they're not 35 years old, and they're not seemingly playing on their last NFL contract. So, the clock isn't as pressing for them. But I am pressing the clock on Kirk Cousins to get a Super Bowl ring within the time of the contract, within the time of this contract, as I do believe it's a 4-year contract. Of course, I know it's like for $180 million. I forget what the guarantees is. A lot of guaranteed money for sure, but that's what it is on paper. But me personally, I'm expecting Super Bowl. There's no more excuses. Everything is in place. Arguably, could say that this team that Kirk Cousins has walked into is a tad bit more talented outside of Justin Jefferson than the Minnesota Vikings, the team that he left. So, let's get it. But that's all I got for y'all on this one. Excuse me. getting these dang on notifications, man. People only hit your line when you're making videos, you know what I mean? If I was sitting around just chilling, there would be nobody trying to get to me. But anyway, that's all I got for y'all on this one. It is your boy Tony the Savant. This is the YouTube channel, more than a YouTube channel. If y'all don't mind, again, swing by the platforms as mentioned in the beginning of the video. And give your boy a follow, comment, all that good stuff. The love and support is definitely appreciated, and I try to reciprocate it. That's all I got for y'all on this one. Y'all know my slogan. Y'all the bosses. I'm the only one that can get the job done. Let me get back to work. Peace.